Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 3. I wanted to check in with you and kind of do an overview of what's expected of this week. So first things first, you might have seen that I put up work earlier than normal for this week because I had some students email and ask for some of the work in advance because they wanted a little bit more time with the assignments. And so if you saw those up there, I didn't mean to overwhelm you, but since a couple students were asking for it, I thought I would make it accessible for everybody. With that said, coming up in week 3, you have a couple things that I want to talk about a little bit. So first things first, you're going to have a quiz on Monday, just like you've had in the past. It's going to be on chapter 4, which will be verbal communication. The quiz will be exactly as the last 2 were. On Wednesday, you have a couple things due. You're going to have to summarize an article. I have them grouped in sections. It's a long article. You're going to have to read the whole thing to make sense of it, but I only ask you to summarize certain sections to hopefully limit the amount of time it takes for you to do that. So take a look at that. I'm hoping that that creates a little dialogue around verbal communication. The next activity potentially has the ability to be sensitive for people. I ask you to do an activity around racist and sexist language. And the goal of this assignment is not to promote controversy. The goal is for us to look at our own communication skills, especially with the political and social climate we have going on, and think about how can we as communicators think about, value, and make sure that we're communicating in a way that that we want to, and that we're not misrepresenting or misspeaking. And this activity kind of challenges you to think about what are some of the things that you say on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, or maybe you've never said at all. And do you find these things racist and sexist? Is there that in some of the language choices that we use and the way we communicate? So I just asked you to think about it. I explain my views on it, my potential explanation of how I see these terms being used. However, I want to see what you think of these words as well, and terms as well. So you can agree with me, disagree with me, you can be neutral. It's up to you, but I want you to at least think about it with the idea that we're trying to improve our communication skills. The third activity that'll be due Wednesday is I versus you language. And again, it's with the idea that I'm hoping you learn things in class that you can apply to relationships outside of class and the way that you talk outside of class. So this activity asks you to basically own your own feelings, own your own language, and you can do that with the use of I versus blaming more so and saying you. So I have some sentences I want you to practice with that, and I'm hoping that translates into the way that you talk to people outside of class. So take a look at that. On Thursday, you're going to have a quiz on nonverbal communication. We're going to transition over to nonverbal comm. And I have a couple things happening on Thursday. So you have the quiz first. And then you also have the second video post where you're going to get to see you in a video. And the video is going to be really short. You're going to say one sentence. You're going to say, I really liked your party. And I have directions for this online. But you're going to say this one sentence, but I want you to say it in a way where you're trying to communicate one of the feelings about the party, how you really felt about the party. And I give you examples of what those can be. And then us as a class are going to try to guess if which behavior you are trying to portray. And that'll let us know if you're communicating non-verbally, if that's matching verbally what you're saying. And so this is just like a little activity to see if to challenge us and see how we're doing with our nonverbals. And then on Friday, you're going to have a nonverbal post where you're going to read about the types of nonverbal behavior, and you're going to post a little video or cartoon or commercial that demonstrates one of these. And again, we're going to guess and see if we can identify which nonverbal you are trying to show us through your video post. So all these things are explained on Canvas, and I'm hoping that they're pretty clear, but the idea is we're matching our verbal comm with our nonverbal comm, and the overall goal is to make sure that we're communicating effectively. And this week I like a lot because it allows us to practice individual skills that hopefully we can take outside of the classroom and use to our advantage to make sure that we're communicating well. All right, if you have individual questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, I hope you have a good week and you're keeping up with the work, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.